People are what make a wine great. After all, you've probably never met the person who grew the grain that vodka you're drinking was made from, or the person who put beer in that can. But you can meet the person who grew the grapes, made the wine, bottled it, sold it, and maybe even shared it with you. In this, our second video on cava, we take you to the province of Catalonia in northeastern Spain, where cava is made. There are more than 200 small producers here, and we talk to several of them about what cava is, what it tastes like, and the beautiful vineyards where it's made. Marta Casas is the winemaker of Paris Balta, a cava producer in the town of Pacs del Penedès. Marta, her husband and brother and sister-in-law do everything here, from grow the grapes biodynamically to make the wines, which are impressive and delicious.
For me, are both science and intuition, because without science you don't have the reasons, you don't have the maths, the causes and effects, and without the intuition you don't have this passion, this energy that gives you more future.
Marta took us 2,000 feet up in her vineyards, where archaeologists have found an ancient kiln thought to be over 2,000 years old. The shards of clay scattered everywhere, and the firing platform reveal that clay amphora, jars for storing and shipping wine, were being made here centuries ago. It's proof of the long winemaking traditions in this part of Spain.
We're here at the cava producer Paris Balta, a property they own. I'm holding a piece of clay that could be 2,000 years old. We're standing in front of these ancient kilns. You can hear the excavators, perhaps in the background, who are excavating this incredible archaeological site. This is where ancient amphoras were made, here in the Penedès region outside of Barcelona in Spain. It's just an incredible testament to the history of this region.
Pere Ventura Winery is owned by Pere Ventura and his son Pere Jr., who gave up a career in consulting to come home to the family winery. Cava is in his blood.
And he was very excited on what this monk 200 years ago was elaborating in Champagne.
We sat down to taste the Pere Ventura cavas with winemaker Beth Paladí. These were cavas with incredible liveliness and elegance. Beth explained what each traditional grape gave to the wine.
The three indigenous types of grapes that they are really used for cava, they are Macabeu, Xarel·lo, and Parellada. For me, Macabeu gives the elegance. The Xarel·lo, it's more what it gives the structure to the wine and the freshness as well. And finally, the Parellada, it's the bonding, the one that bonds all together, and of course, gives the acidity to the wine.
There are many women winemakers in Cava country, and Mireia Pujol Busquet is, like many women here, a woman who speaks her mind. Mireia took over the winery from her parents. Some of the locals thought grapevines could never be planted here, and in fact, without a four-wheel drive, you'd never be able to traverse these windy, steep hills that get direct sea breezes.
The concept that a wine is what it is because of its place is the very soul of wine. And here in northern Spain, in the Catalonia region where cava, Spanish sparkling wine, is made, people say that the wine tastes not only of the land, but also of the Mediterranean Sea, which is right behind me.
Mireia makes several cavas with names like Opus, Exeo, and Ten. These are wines with dynamic personalities and rich, very pure flavors.
So this is the Layeta, it's our Cava Gran Reserva, and as you can see, as all of our Cavas, it's vintage, 2020. Because for me, expressing the vintage, it's a way of traveling through time, no? And every year, it's a new beginning, and it's a way of showing the uniqueness of each vintage.
And finally, Cansala Winery, owned by the Ferrer family. Cansala cavas are made here in what was once the small family home. The ancient 100-year-old press is still used. Pedro Ferrer, the patriarch, is the fourth generation to make cava. The Ferrer family were once the owners of a giant cava company called Freshenet, but sold it in 2018 to focus on tiny production, higher quality cavas, including a spectacular rosé. I first met Pedro about 30 years ago, but I haven't seen him since. He was then, as now, a big advocate for cava.
Well, to me, it's been the home for my family for centuries. So I think we have records here for 400, 500 years ago. My family was already here. So it feels pride. So I'm proud of that history, of everything that we've been doing here for so many years, and then our responsibility. For many years, I've always been in love with the place, with the landscape, with the terroir, but especially the landscape, with the vineyards, with Montserrat in the back, with the olive trees around the vineyards. I think that's something magical.
These are just some of Cava Country's amazing people. People incredibly passionate about the wine they make and love, Cava. Cheers.